Alleged serial killer Bruce McArthur has likely spent numerous hours in an interview room, with police hoping for the ultimate piece of evidence, a confession. What has he told police, if anything? What techniques are best used by investigators to get a suspect to talk? How to get inside the head of a suspected killer. Today, we speak to a highly experienced former Toronto Police homicide detective who is now in private business. He has sat across the table from some of Canada's worst offenders. He has some fascinating insight into the art of the police interrogation. And his first rule, don't call it that.
But we don't even use the word interrogation. What we do is we interview people. The main focus of those first, let's say, 15 or 30 minutes is to build a rapport with the person so that eventually that they will trust you enough that they're going to tell you their deepest, darkest secret. Yeah. How do we get inside of their head? Well, we study them. Dave Perry says the old school methods of aggressive and oppressive questioning is considered outdated and can even sometimes break the law. But they have also been found to be less effective than gentler methods that employ kindness and respect.
You ever been interviewed by the police in a room like this before?
I have never been interviewed.
Perry points to OPP Detective Sergeant Jim Smith's brilliant interview of former Colonel Russell Williams as a textbook example of the right way to conduct a police interview. Williams confessed to sexually assaulting and killing 2 women after 10 hours.
And then as we were walking out, I struck her on the back of the head.
There was no interrogation. There was no aggressive, very friendly, very rapport-based. And eventually, through what I would call the gentle presentation of evidence and facts, that he really had no choice but to confess.
Perry himself worked on the Holly Jones murder investigation in 2003 and got Michael Briere to confess to raping and killing the 10-year-old when he was presented with irrefutable forensic evidence.
Once you start to build that mountain of evidence, people will soon realize that their arguments actually make them sound ridiculous. We only spoke with Michael Briere for perhaps 15 or 20 minutes when he confessed.
Perry tells people he's training to take time in an interview. Use silence. It can be one of the most effective tools. As well, he says, let people lie.
I like to say, give it to me. And lies are fine. Pile it on. We'll take those lies, we'll accept those lies, and then slowly it's our turn. We say, well, thank you. Are you finished? We have your story. Now here's our story based on evidence.
Perry says these methods rarely fail, and while he's not involved in the Bruce McArthur investigation, he has a theory.
Based on the acceleration of the investigation and all of the things that they've discovered in a very short period of time, I suspect he at least partially confessed.
For more of my conversation with Dave Perry, go to citynews.ca. I'm Pam Seidel, City News.